figs are one of our favourite things here at Daleys Nursery. And the reason being is there's nothing better than a freshly picked ripe fig. If you've never tried one, you're actually missing out on something that is delicious. They're completely different to the dried figs that you find in little plastic bags in the supermarket. So this is ready to pick, and you can see the skin is starting to crack, and it's very soft and delicate. And if I break it open, it should be like succulent and sweet. You can see it's a little bit moist, and it's just the most luscious, sweet and delicious thing in the world. Nothing better than eating a fresh fig. If you want, you can take them into the kitchen, you can dry them, you can actually just pop them under the grill with a little bit of sugar on them and caramelise them. You can make jams and preserves. There are so many things you can do with figs in the kitchen, but they're also really beautiful eaten straight off the tree. So here, look at this crop. Beautiful things. So if you want to grow a beautiful fig tree like this in your garden, there's a couple of things that you need. So firstly is full sun and perfect drainage. And your tree can grow 4 to 5 metres, or like this, you can keep this pruned back. You'll see this is about 2.5, 3 metres. And that's an ideal height to keep your fig pruned, and that way you can access the fruit. It fruits on its new growth, so you can cut it back hard every year. They're also a latexy fruit and tree, so when you cut it, they have a white sap, and you need to be very careful you don't get that on your skin. It can burn. So when you're dealing with figs, it's a good idea to wear a long sleeve shirt. Just make sure that you don't get any of that sap on your skin. You'll avoid sap burns. They also need protection from birds. So we love the fruit. Birds are going to love the fruit. Bats, possums, they're all going to come in and raid your figs because look at this beautiful fruit. So just net your tree. We've got these under exclusion netting, and that's the best way to protect your fruit from all those pests that are going to want to share your crop. So this particular variety of fig is called a Black Genoa, and it has this lovely dark maroony flesh with beautiful red succulent flesh. So it's a really sweet, delicious fresh fig. There are a few common pests and problems that figs have that they all suffer from. So there's an insect pest called a fig beetle, and they tend to skeletise the leaves. So if you notice that you have little caterpillars lined up in a row eating your leaves, they'll do this, and you can see on the reverse of the leaf there's some of the juvenile insects there. So if you get yourself an insecticide and treat those, on small trees they can defoliate it. On larger trees, you can just pick them off and drown those in a bucket of water. It's quite a simple way of controlling those if you're organic. Don't let them get out of control where possible. Figs also suffer from fungal problems. So if we have a wet summer here, we have terrible problems with our figs fermenting on the tree. A nice dry summer like we've had this year, hot dry weather, and we get beautiful figs. So seasonally you can have great seasons and you'll have indifferent seasons. So this year we've got a really good fig season, a beautiful crop on the tree, and it's all to do with the weather. So a nice hot summer, places like places with a Mediterranean type climate we have a dry summer, is really ideally suited to figs. So yeah, they're a great deciduous tree. You'll get summer shade, winter sun, and a beautiful crop of fruit at the end of summer.